In a quiet hospital room, a miracle entered the world. The mother had been told she was expecting twins, but no one could have imagined what awaited them. When the babies were born, gasps filled the room. Two beautiful girls, joined at the torso. Their lives bound together from the very first breath. Doctors warned the parents. Separation was impossible. The risk was too high. Survival itself was uncertain. Yet when the mother held her daughters close, she didn't see tragedy, she saw hope. The family faced whispers, pity, and questions from the outside world. But inside their home, there was only love. Special clothes were made, careful routines were learned, and slowly the twins began to grow. One sister calm and quiet, the other lively and outspoken. Different souls, one body. This was not the ending many feared. It was the beginning of a story that would one day inspire millions. As the twins grew, every simple moment became a challenge. Feeding them meant patience. Dressing them required creativity, and even sleep was a struggle. But their parents refused to give up. Each day was a lesson in strength. Outside their home, curiosity was harsher. Strangers stared, whispered, and sometimes laughed. Questions never stopped. Will they survive? Why not separate them? The family learned to ignore the noise, focusing only on love. At the age of 2, the twins learned to walk. Step by step, they discovered that movement required teamwork. If one stumbled, both fell. It wasn't easy, but soon their rhythm amazed everyone. Doctors continued to monitor them, predicting short lives, warning of complications. Yet, with every milestone, first steps, first words, the twins proved them wrong. Childhood for them was never ordinary, but it was filled with laughter, resilience, and a bond stronger than anything the world could understand. When the twins were old enough to attend school, their parents faced another storm of doubts. Would classmates accept them? Would teachers know how to treat them? Some advised homeschooling, fearing bullying and rejection. But their parents believed in giving them a chance at a normal life. On the very first day, whispers followed them through the hallways. Children stared, some even pointed. But soon something magical happened. Curiosity turned into friendship. Kids invited them to play, helped them carry books, and discovered that beneath their unique appearance, they were just two lively girls with dreams and laughter. The twins quickly learned to adapt. One wrote while the other turned pages. They studied, answered questions, and surprised everyone with their determination. Though challenges were constant, every day at school was a victory. Instead of being defined by their condition, they were slowly becoming defined by their courage. As the twins grew older, new struggles appeared. Doctors warned that their shared organs could create serious complications. Hospital visits became routine tests, x-rays, and endless questions about survival. Each checkup carried the same fear. Will they make it another year? At times, sickness hit them harder than ordinary children. A cold for one meant exhaustion for both. Surgery was suggested more than once, but every option came with a terrifying risk. One life could be lost to save the other. Their parents chose love over gamble. The sisters would remain together. Despite the warnings, the twins refused to let fear control them. They laughed through hospital corridors, made jokes with nurses, and faced every injection with courage. Their resilience shocked even the doctors. For every obstacle, they found strength in each other. Side by side, they learned that being alive was not about perfection, it was about fighting for every single moment. By the time the twins entered their teenage years, their differences became clearer than ever. One loved reading, quiet evenings, and soft music. The other craved excitement, laughter, and adventure. Sometimes they argued, sometimes they rolled their eyes at each other, but they could never walk away. Their bond was permanent. Sharing a body meant compromise at every turn. If one wanted to rest, the other had to pause too. If one dreamed of sports, the other had to agree. It wasn't always easy. There were moments of frustration, even tears. But in those moments, they discovered something powerful: understanding. They began to celebrate their differences instead of fighting them. One spoke for both during class debates. The other calmed nerves during stressful exams. Together, they balanced each other perfectly. Their teenage years were not just about growing up, They were about proving that unity could exist, even in the face of impossible challenges. As the twins moved deeper into their teenage years, new questions began to rise. Who am I? Each wondered. They were sisters, but also individuals. They shared the same body, yet their minds and hearts were different. One dreamed of becoming a writer, spending hours filling notebooks with stories. The other imagined a future on stage, entertaining crowds with her laughter and charm. Their parents encouraged both, reminding them that dreams didn't have to be limited by circumstances. Still, identity was complicated. At school, some classmates saw them as a single person, while others tried to separate them. In conversation, the twins often corrected gently. We're not the same, we're two people. In the mirror, they saw a shared reflection, but in their hearts, they carried two unique visions of life. And though the world might not fully understand, they promised themselves one thing. They would never lose who they truly were. High school opened a new chapter in their lives. At first, the hallways felt like battlefield stares, whispers, and awkward silences followed them everywhere. Some students avoided them, unsure of what to say. But slowly, things began to change. A few brave classmates stepped forward, offering kindness instead of curiosity. They invited the twins to join study groups, shared lunch, and even asked them to be part of school plays. For the first time, the sisters felt truly accepted beyond their family. Friendship gave them strength. When others teased or doubted, their friends stood up for them. It was proof that the world wasn't only harsh, it could also be compassionate. Through these bonds, the twins learned that acceptance comes not from hiding differences, but from embracing them. Their laughter filled classrooms, their courage inspired peers, and their presence reminded everyone that humanity is strongest when it welcomes every kind of story. As the twins grew into young women, life brought them a challenge they had never fully imagined: love. Could two people who shared one body also share matters of the heart? Many doubted it, some even mocked the idea. But the sisters believed that love was not about appearance, it was about connection. One of their close friends from school stayed by their side through every struggle. He respected them, laughed with them, and treated them as individuals, not curiosities. Over time, friendship turned into something deeper. When he confessed his feelings, the world questioned him. How could you love them? People asked. His answer was simple: because they are more than what you see. They are kind, brave, and beautiful. For the twins, it was proof that even in a world quick to judge, true love could see beyond differences. Their story was no longer just about survival, it was about the heart's ability to accept the impossible. With love in their lives, the twins began to dream bigger college, careers, and a future beyond the small town that had once doubted them. But stepping into the wider world brought new challenges. Strangers stared more openly than ever, some with pity, others with cruelty. Cameras followed them in public, and whispers turned into online debates about whether their lives were normal. Double quotes, the negativity hurt. They questioned if they truly belonged outside the safety of home. But then they remembered every struggle they had already overcome: school bullies, endless hospital visits, sleepless nights of doubt. Why stop now? The twins decided to face the world with dignity. Instead of hiding, they gave interviews, spoke at schools, and shared their story online. Slowly, hate turned into admiration. People began to see not two girls in one body, but two extraordinary souls rewriting what it meant to live courageously. As the years passed, the twins carved a life filled with purpose. They graduated college, pursued careers that matched their passions, and continued to share their story with the world. People who once stared at them in disbelief now looked up to them as role models. They taught that life isn't about having a perfect body, it's about having an unbreakable spirit. They showed that love, friendship, and dreams are possible even in the most unlikely circumstances. Their laughter, their courage, and their bond inspired thousands across the globe. When asked what message they wanted to leave behind, the twins always answered the same: we may share one body, but everyone shares the same humanity. Never judge what you cannot understand. Celebrate differences, because that's where true beauty lives. Dot. Their journey was not just a story of survival, it became a legacy of hope for generations to come.